Good morning, students. I hope all of you are fit and fine. Today, we'll start a new chapter acids, bases, and salts. Different food items have different taste, isn't it? They are salty, sour, sweet, or bitter. Why do you think it is so? This is because each of these substances have a different chemical nature. You already know that vinegar, lemon juice, orange juice, and many other food items taste sour. But why do these things taste sour? They do so because they are all contain acids. Baking soda tastes bitter. A solution of baking soda in water feels soapy. Substances such as baking soda that are bitter in taste and feel soapy to touch are called bases. Some substances are neither acidic nor basic. They are neutral and are called salts. When an acid reacts with a base, they neutralize each other and form a salt and water. Materials can be classified based on their chemical nature as acids, bases, and salts. Now we'll study about all these substances in detail. First, acids. The term acid comes from the Latin word acidus, which means sour. All acids are sour in taste. Acids are found all around us in foodstuffs, homes, laboratories, factories, even in our bodies. Acids are of two types, organic acid and mineral acid or inorganic acids. Acids which are present in natural substances that are plants and animals called organic acids, while acids which are made in factories are called mineral acids or inorganic acids. Organic acids are weak acids, while inorganic acids are strong acids and highly corrosive. Strong acid means the acids which dissociate themselves completely into the water and gives a large amount of hydrogen ions, while weak acids mean which do not dissociate completely in water and do not give a large amount of hydrogen ion. All acids are soluble in water. The following picture gives you the name of certain substances and acids present in them. Vinegar contains acetic acid, lemon, orange, amla, etc. contains citric acid, tomato contains oxalic acid, grapes, tamarind contains tartaric acid, milk contains lactic acid, an ant contains formic acid, and apple contains malic acid. There are different synthetic or inorganic acids which are used in laboratories like sulfuric acid, nitric acid, etc. Most acids used in school laboratory are corrosive, that means they attack some substances and may even burn your skins. But all acids are not dangerous. They may have different uses. Uses of acids. Some acids are required by our body. Fruit juices like orange juice contain citric acid. These acids are rich source of vitamins. Vinegar contains acetic acid, which is used as a food preservative. Sulfuric acid is used in car batteries. Sulfuric acid is also called king of chemicals because of its widespread use. Acids are used in many experiments. There are some substances that have bitter taste and are soapy or slippery to touch. These substances are called bases. They are opposite of acids and give negative hydroxide ions when dissolved in water. On the basis of hydroxide ion produced, bases may also be strong or weak. Such substances that contain bases are called basic substances. Like many acids, many bases can also burn your skin. They are highly corrosive in nature, so we should handle acids and bases with great care. All the bases are not soluble in water. Bases which are soluble in water are called alkalis. Like acids, bases are also useful in our daily life. Bases are used in many household clinic liquids. They are used in indigestion tablets or liquids to cure acidity in stomach or indigestion. Toothpaste contain alkalis. They are used in manufacturing of soaps and detergents and also have many more uses. Most acids and bases are colorless liquids, just like clear water. Then how can we know whether a substance is acidic or basic? Can we guess by just looking at it? Or can we taste all the liquids? No, we cannot taste all the liquids because they may be dangerous for us. So, in order to test whether a substance is acidic or basic, we use special substances called indicators. An indicator is a substance that changes colors in acids and bases. Indicators show different colors in acids and bases. Some examples of indicators are turmeric, red cabbage, litmus. These all are natural indicators. There are certain synthetic indicators also like methyl orange, phenolphthalein, etc. Litmus is a most commonly used indicator. It is a purple dye which comes from lichens. When added to an acidic solution, it turns red, and when added to a basic solution, it turns blue. A paper soaked in litmus solution and dried is called litmus paper. It is available in two colors, blue and red litmus paper. Blue litmus paper turns red in acids and remains blue in bases, while red litmus paper turns blue in bases and remains red in acids. Blue or red litmus paper do not change color in neutral solution. Next natural indicator is China rose indicator. China rose indicator is prepared by adding warm water to China rose petals in a beaker. After some time, the water acquires color and it can be used as an indicator. It turns magenta dark pink in acidic solution. It turns green in basic solution, and when added to neutral solution, it does not change any color. Next natural indicator is turmeric. To prepare it, we make a smooth paste of 2-3 spoonfuls of turmeric powder with water. Now we apply this paste on blotting paper and let it dry. Your turmeric paper is ready for testing a substance. Turmeric paper is an indicator that changes color from yellow to red when it comes in contact with a base. It does not change its color in contact with an acid or a neutral substance. Turmeric is therefore an indicator only for a base. Red cabbage can be used to make an acid-base indicator. Add some chopped red cabbage to hot water. Strain it after some time. A purple solution is obtained which can be used as an indicator. The purple color of red cabbage turns red in acidic solutions. The purple color turns green in basic solution. In neutral solution, it does not change any color. The most commonly used synthetic indicators are methyl orange and phenolphthalein. Methyl orange indicator is orange in color, whereas phenolphthalein is colorless. Methyl orange changes to red color in acidic solution. It changes to yellow color in basic solution. Methyl orange remains orange in neutral solution. Phenolphthalein remains colorless in acidic and neutral solutions, but it gives pink color in basic solution. The following table lists few differences between acids and bases. Acids are sour in taste, while bases are bitter in taste. Acids are not soapy to touch, bases are soapy to touch. All acids are soluble in water. All bases are not soluble in water. Acid change blue litmus to red, while bases change red litmus to blue. Acids change color of China rose indicator to magenta, while bases change color of China rose to green. Acids change purple color of red cabbage to red, while bases change purple color of red cabbage to green. Acids do not change the color of turmeric, while bases change the yellow color of turmeric to red. Acids change methyl orange to red, bases change methyl orange to yellow. There is no effect of acids on phenolphthalein, but bases change phenolphthalein to pink color. So far, we have learnt about the color changes of various indicators with acids and bases, various properties of acids and bases and their uses. Let us now see what happens if we mix an acid with a base. Acids and bases, when mixed in right amounts, neutralize each other. When dilute hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide are mixed in just right amounts, the acid and the base neutralize each other and the resulting liquid is neutral. This type of reaction is called neutralization reaction. In a neutralization reaction, heat is evolved and a new substance called salt along with water is produced. So, a reaction in which an acid combines with a base to form salt and water is called neutralization reaction. The salt produced in a neutralization reaction may be acidic, basic or neutral depending upon the acids and bases used during a reaction. For example, if acid used in neutralization reaction is stronger than a base, then the salt which is produced will be acidic in nature. Neutralization reactions are quite common and useful in our everyday life. Let us study a few examples to understand this. First, in the treatment of soil. Farmers usually need to change the nature of soil so as their crops can grow well. Certain plants do not grow well if the soil is too acidic or basic. Soil may get acidic due to acid rain or by the use of excessive fertilizers. If the soil is too acidic, it is neutralized by adding a base like slake lime or quicklime. On the other hand, if the soil is too basic, it is treated by adding organic matter which releases acids. This helps in neutralizing the basic soil. Second, in the treatment of tooth decay. Tooth decay is caused due to an acid that is produced by bacteria present in our mouth. If we do not clean our teeth properly, the bits of food remains between our teeth. Certain bacteria live on these bits of food and produce acid. This acid is cause of tooth decay. Toothpastes are basic in nature and neutralize this acid and thus help in preventing tooth decay. Third, in treating indigestion. Hydrochloric acid present in our stomach. This helps in creating right condition to digest our food. It also kills germs that might make us ill. If a person overeats, too much acid is produced in the stomach. This causes indigestion. To neutralize the excess acid formed in the stomach, an acid like milk of magnesia is taken. Milk of magnesia contains a base called magnesium hydroxide, which help in neutralization of acid produced in stomach and relief from pain and acidity. Next is in treating an ant or a bee sting. The sting of an ant and a bee is acidic as it contains formic acid. The pain caused due to an ant sting or a bee sting can be neutralized by using bases like baking soda solution or calamine lotion. Next, in treating a wasp sting. The sting of a wasp is basic in nature. The pain caused due to the wasp sting can be neutralized by rubbing vinegar as it contains a mild acid called acetic acid. The last one is in treating factory waste. Some factory waste contain harmful acids. If these are allowed to flow directly into rivers or lakes, the acids may harm the aquatic plants and animals. To avoid this, factory waste are usually treated with a base. Thank you, students.